Hey beer tubers, Ryan back to another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Thanks for joining me once again. Today we're going to take a look at a collaboration between two breweries who are under the Duvel brand. They are Brewery Ommegang from Cooperstown, New York, and Brasserie de Chouffe from Belgium. And both these breweries did a collaboration beer. It's a big Belgian blonde ale. Most blonde ales are probably around 6.5%. This one's 9.5% ABV, and they're using a blend of both house yeast strains between the two breweries, so it's very good. I've enjoyed most of the beers I've had from both breweries, and I've only reviewed maybe one or two of the Ommegang beers, and I've yet to do any of the De Chouffe beers, but I really enjoy them as well. So let's get this thing popped open. Big 750 milliliter. Pretty good pop on there. Some nice CO2 coming out. So I'm expecting a lot of carbonation, as you always get with these Belgian golden ales. And this glass always usually forms a pretty decent sized head. But not too aggressive. There's it's a little on the cool side right now, but it does say serve at 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about where this beer is. So it's pretty much, yeah, just a blonde kind of golden ale. Pretty clear, got a little bit of chill haze on there, but pretty transparent beer. Got a little over a finger of just really small bubble white head on there. Let's get the aroma on it. Just big yeast notes and bready malts. You get the spice character that I kind of remember from La Chouffe. Okay, so I just swirled up the beer a little bit more. I'm getting a little banana in there to kind of go with some spice notes. I don't know if there's any hops because it's hard to tell, because usually you pair it like a hop that might have some spice or floral components. So you get some of that in there. Just some very light fruits. Maybe like a pear, something like that. But and then this really like bready malts in there. So good smelling beer. I'm gonna dig in. Cheers. Oh yeah, that's got a big mouthfeel. I mean, you think it's a light looking beer, but it's got a pretty thick mouthfeel, thicker than I was expecting. Alcohol's fairly well hidden. You do get that kind of in the back end. As you expect, you get a lot of carbonation up front. Once the carbonation fades, get a good amount of spice notes on there. Get that kind of coriander-like note, even maybe going into a black pepper note. Then you get some of that light fruit character, maybe like a pear, that kind of note. There's just a faint hint of that banana in there as well, but it's pretty low right now. I would say maybe this is slightly a little cool to serve it at 40. I'd maybe let this warm up 45 into 50 degrees, and then probably get more flavors out of the beer. Alright, sipping a little more on Gnomegang, collaboration between Ommegang and De Chouffe, and it gets a little bit different as it warms up a little bit. Some of that really peppery notes are there in some sips, sometimes they're not, and it starts to fade a little bit. You get a little more like a fruity yeast ester character coming through, and that adds even more slight bits of banana into the kind of like pear, kind of like a white fruit, maybe almost melon character, and then it's backed up by like a really kind of like sweet bread malt backbone. But what's great about this one is the finish goes dry as you expect, so it's not too cloyingly sweet as, you know, it might sound with the big sweet bready malts on the back end of it. But not a beer that's quite blowing me away. It's a really solid example of the style, so I'm gonna just go with a straight B on this one. It's above average. Definitely worth checking out a bottle. It's a beer that's not just completely different from what you get with the individual breweries. It's a nice collaboration. It's definitely a yeast dominant beer as far as the character goes. It's just not like completely different from what I'd kind of expect between the two breweries. So I'm just going to go with a B for Ommegang. and Data Chouffe Ommegang. So that's going to wrap up this episode. Until next time, please comment, subscribe. Cheers.